The weather is all right and getting better. The sun is more out than not. The field is in good shape. Ed Durham and his crew do a wonderful job of keeping the field in condition. And whether you realize it or not, a groundkeeper is just as important as a ball player. In some ways more so, because in these recent rains, it's been the fine work, the almost heroic work of Durham and his crew that have made possible getting in some of these ball games. Now the Dodgers go out to take the field. Bill Postell goes down to coach at first base for Pittsburgh. Goldie Holt down to third. And speaking about the Dodgers, you know they're out to win today and every day. And, of course, that means that they've got to stay in top condition. You can bet they're careful to eat good, nourishing meals that build stamina and muscle for hard-playing action. Listen to what Coach Clyde Sukforth says. He said, Red, you can tell them that you just got to eat properly to keep in trim. And, friends, it'd pay you to follow his advice. And you're not eating properly unless you eat the right kind of a breakfast, which should include fruit, bread and butter, beverage, and a cereal. And be sure that cereal is a Post cereal. Now, the national anthem. Here we are at Ebbets Field, Brooklyn, USA. The sun is trying to break through. The field is in excellent shape. Groundkeeper Ed Durham has done his most able job. Bankhead is on the mound. Campanella back of the plate. Hodges at first. Robinson at second. Reese at short. Cox at third. Gene Hermansky getting his first start is in left field. Head in center is Duke Snyder. The right fielder is Carl Farello. Pete Castellone getting ready to be the first batter. Castellone has a terrible time getting his name pronounced the way he wants it. It's spelled Castiglione. It looks like it's an awful tough one. But the way he says the family pronounce it is Castellone, just like Casalon, Castellone. Sunglasses are being taken out to shortstop Reese. Earlier this week, he lost a pop fly at short, you'll recall, in a ball game with the Braves. Sure, infielders wear those sunglasses. Post Cereals, very happy to have you with us. And in addition to our usual New York audience over WMGM, we are delighted to have all of you to the Columbia Network. Delighted to have you on another Saturday at Brooklyn. Post Cereals, happy to send it to you, and Castellone up there, hitting at 162, 6 for 37. Right-hand batter. Curve is half swung on and grounded foul alongside first. Strike one. Augie Donatelli, back of the plate. Frank Descoli on the line behind first, and Lou Jorda is the umpire on the line back of third. Castellone has been hurt earlier this year with pulled muscle in his leg. Johnny Hop is not starting at first for the Pirates because of a pulled muscle in his right leg. You heard it sliding in second base a few days ago. Bankhead, tall, loose, limber, pumps, twists, jerks, throws, and has a curveball hit high out to left center. Hermansky going over, the left fielder getting whoop, and he and Snyder run together. The ball drops, and Castellone comes into second base standing. Hermansky and Snyder kept right on going, and they bumped. Their gloves came together more sharper than their bodies. Nobody got hurt, but the ball dropped, and that's going to be a tough one for official scorer Lee Scott to have to assess an error on because they both were there. The rule, the unwritten rule, you know, is that the center fielder takes anything that he can get his glove on. And Snyder was there all right. Hermansky kept right on going. Gene, of course, has not had a chance to play left field all year. That's his first play out there. Maybe he was just too anxious and kept right on going. Ball was hit very high. Either one could have caught it in his hip pocket, but neither caught it. All right, left hand hitting Tom Saffold up there, S-A-F-F-E-L-L. Bankhead deals, fastball over for a call strike. And official scorer Scott says, well, you can't give an error on either one. Both men were there, they banged together, so he gives Castellone a two-base hit just now on the fly ball that dropped off the outfielder's gloves. So Castellone at second, crediting with a double. Bankhead in position on the mound, deals. A curve swung on and missed. Strike two. Bankhead hurt a muscle in his right shoulder. Pitching in Chicago, if you'll recall, and told us today that his shoulder is just as good as ever. Saffold hitting at 182, 8 for 44. This is the fourth meeting of the two teams this year. Brooklyn has won 2 out of the first 3. Fastball swung on, a high fly into center field. Snyder under it, makes the catch. Castellone bluffs or go over to third, but he doesn't. He stays right at second. Snyder makes a fine throw in.
Batting at number 3 position, number 4, Ralph Kiner, left fielder.
Kiner stepping in, has hit 3 home runs in his last 3 games against Brooklyn, and driven in a total of 8 runs with those 3 swings. Kiner for the year is hitting at 239. He's knocked in 20 runs this year, 7 home runs. Of course, those that he hit against Brooklyn were each good for a case of Post Sugar Crisp. That's the newest of the Post cereals. That's the award for home runs in Brooklyn games. Same as for shutouts pitched. The outfield and left field overshifted into left. Fastball is inside at Kiner's knees, ball 1. Show you how much Brooklyn has overshifted on Kiner. The only infielder between first and second is the first baseman, Hodges. Robinson, the second baseman, is well over on the shortstop side of the bag. Reese, the shortstop, is 2/3 of the way over to third. Cox is back deep. Snyder, the center fielder, is in left center. Hermansky is in the left field corner. Perello, the right fielder, is in right center field. Hodges is 1/3 of the way over toward second base from first. Kiner takes a letter ball over for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kiner got off to a wonderful start in the spring. Reported to camp, great shape. Brown as a berry. Then he got hurt just before the season opened, and he's been slow to round back into condition. 1 out, a man at second, no score. Fastball swung on. It's a high fly ball into left field. Hermansky is under it, and he's got it. So Kiner is out. High fly ball to the left fielder. 2 men are gone, and Manny Fernandez up for his second time in the National League. Fernandez hitting at 257. 26 hits for 101 at-bats. Very brunette, stockyish, big brown eyes. The sun is coming out stronger and stronger. We had a rather dubious, threatening morning, and of course it rained last night. And the night game had to be called, and that's why this is a doubleheader today. Fernandez, right-hand hitter, open stance, swinging from the end. Right-hand to Bankhead's curve is on the outside. Ball 1. Just received a statement from the official scorer, Lee Scott, about the double just now scored for Castellone. Curveball outside, ball 2 at the plate. The scorer says that in the rules, it is stated that when 2 players collide, a base hit must be awarded. So that takes the score off of a spot. As we tried to tell you, we didn't know how in the world he could charge an error to either Hermansky or Snyder. They both were there. Bankhead takes the sign from Campanella for the 2-0 pitch. Fernandez probably hitting if he wants to. Curve low outside. Ball 3. 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Little meeting right now of the Brooklyn battery. 2 men gone. First base open. Castellone is the runner at second base. Bill Posdell, first base coach, beating his hands together, whistling. Goldie Holt standing quietly. He's the third base coach. Nice crowd on hand. But there are plenty of seats and people in the neighborhood are still coming. It's the first of a doubleheader. The 3-0 pitch, fastball in there, and it's 3-1. So all you folks who are in the vicinity, just get right on your mules and come right on in. Lower left, upper left, lower center. That area, wide open. Also the upper stand is in the left field corner before you get out behind the outfield. The 3-1 pitch. Curve swung on. There's a high fly ball into left center. Hermansky, the left fielder, is under it. Snyder's out of his way, and Gene makes the catch for the third out. So the Pirates got a break but couldn't capitalize on it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Dodgers coming in for the first inning. Queen going out to the mound to get ready. Nice crowd on hand, more coming. And you know, Seven Friends, it's creating a lot of talk, this new Post cereal, Sugar Crisp. Sure is, because Sugar Crisp is the cereal that has everything. You see, Sugar Crisp is tempting, wholesome puffed wheat with a delectable coating of sugar and honey. It's fun to eat. For breakfast, just add milk or cream and skip the sugar, because this cereal is already just sweet enough. In fact, you'll find Sugar Crisp so good, so tasty, that you'll just be eating it right out of the bag like candy. It's great for nibbling between meals, and every member of the family will love it. Wonderful for snacks, too. Yep, as a cereal, it's dandy. For snacks, it's handy, or eat it like candy. The new Post Sugar Crisp. Look for it at your grocer's in the big cellophane bag with the 3 little bears on the outside. Reese, Hermansky, and Snyder. That's how they go up against Queen. The sun is now out in full force, and we're going to have a fine afternoon. Just want to repeat again, all you folks in the vicinity of Ebbets Field, you got plenty of time for plenty of baseball. This is the first of a doubleheader. Post Cereal bringing the first game. And the batter is Reese. Queen's first pitch is over. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, but what the second game will be played under lights. You know, this year, you can turn the lights on to finish a game started in the afternoon. Throw, curveball outside. So you don't have to worry about the second game being abbreviated. If it gets dark and the second game is still going, they'll turn the lights on. Reese hitting .237, swings, and there's a high drive deep out into left center field, way back out there. Sappho, the center fielder, going back and makes the catch. Right back up against the concrete wall, about 380 feet away. Put out for the center fielder and 1 gone.
Number 22, Gene Hermansky.
Gene Hermansky, who's been used strictly as a pinch hitter and has 2 for 5. He's the batter, and Snyder's moved out on deck. No score. Right-hander Mel Queen on the mound. Ray Mueller catching for Pittsburgh. Right-hander's pitch, curveball in for a called strike. Rookie Dale Coogan is at first base. At second is the veteran Danny Murtaugh. At shortstop, Pete Castellone, and the third baseman Danny Fernandez. Here's another pitch to Hermansky. Drilled down to the right side and through into right field for a base hit. It's a single, and Hermansky is on. There was a let-up ball. Queen pulled the string, and Hermansky timed it and hit it through into right. Single to right for Brookham's first hit.
Number 4, Duke Snyder.
Snyder hitting at .310, 27 hits for 87 at-bats. Snyder getting in. The outfield for Pittsburgh. Ralph Connor out in left. Center fielder is Tommy Saffold, and the right fielder is Wally Westlake. The outfield is well around toward right. Infield and double play depth. Snyder swings and misses above a low curve. 0-1. Queen is pitching here in Kings County. That's the legal name for Brooklyn, Kings County. Throw, high outside, ball 1. Some of you folks who've never visited New York, and it's a tremendous city of 8 million, made up of 5 boroughs. Brooklyn, or Kings County, one of the boroughs. Queens is another. Both of those are on Long Island. Snyder takes a curve, low, ball 2. In fact, a lot of people do not realize that Coney Island is just a part of the borough of Brooklyn or Kings County. But Queens and Kings, those are two of the 5 boroughs that are on Long Island. Manhattan, New York County, is an island to itself. Throw to first, not in time. It's an island because of the Hudson River, the East River, and the Harlem River. Pitch outside, ball 3, 3-1. Then there's the Bronx, and that's its name either way you look at it. And the 5th borough is Staten Island, or the borough of Richmond. Now let's see. Queen checking first pitches, and it's swung on and fouled off. 3-2. So on behalf of everybody in New York City, to all of you folks listening in on the network all around the country, a warm invitation whenever you get a chance. Come see us here in New York. Look around, check in on all the 5 boroughs, and be sure that you drop in at Ebbets Field, yeah? Glad to have you. Now let's see. Big right-hander pitches 3-2, and Snyder cuts, and there's a high fly ball into short left field. Kind of coming over. He's got a long way to go. He just does get there. Makes the catch, and Hermansky, going all the way to second, runs back to first base, and just does get in to avoid being doubled off by Connor's throw. Connor was in left center field and had to come almost back to the left field foul line on a towering fly ball. It looked as though he wouldn't make it until the last moment, but he's a big, long-legged guy, and he did make it. Nice catch. And Robinson, the defending batting champion, and last year voted the league's most valuable player, and certainly the most publicized player in many a year. Robinson coming up. Reese is up at the plate. He's the Brooklyn captain, and he's taking something up there about ground rules to Donatelli. And Donatelli is now pointing down in the Brooklyn bullpen to Dascoli. The discussion about the ground rules must center about that bench area down there in the Brooklyn bullpen. Time is called on the arbiters. Now Dascoli and Donatelli are pointing out to, Dascoli is pointing out to Lou Jorda, and Donatelli is pointing out to second baseman Danny Murtaugh. Wait, let's see something. Let's see. Sam Narron runs out of the Brooklyn bullpen and is throwing a ball up against the screen. And apparently there is a baseball or something stuck on the screen out there above right field. And what they're trying to do is knock it off. And you can understand that there might be rather interesting complications if a ball was hit against the screen, dislodge the ball that's already up there, and then you got 2 balls in play, and which would be which? Boy, there's never a dull day at Brooklyn. So there are a couple of fellows from the Brooklyn bullpen out there throwing at, I believe, a baseball that is stuck in the screen, apparently from batting practice. And they can't get it off, so the umpires say, okay, we'll just have to be sure that we take an engineering eye if any ball's hit out there and make certain which one is which. That's an interesting screen. It's a 20-foot panel, a wire screen on top of an 18.5-foot concrete wall, right field. Anyhow, Robinson up. First pitch is low outside for ball 1. Mel Queen on the mound. Boy, he did about everything that a pitcher could do at Indianapolis last year. He had a great season. He and Phil Hogsted burned up that league. Hogsted in the Brooklyn club at St. Paul. Robbie swings a ground ball down through into left field for a base hit. Hermansky at second base and holds on. Robinson singles through between third and short. Dodgers at first and second, 2 down. Post Serial sending it all to you wherever you are. Carl Ferrello, the right fielder, hitting at .267. Outfield swung into left a little bit. Infield up a step and straight away. Queen in position, deals, and Ferrello swings and doesn't get a curveball. Throw down to first, and let's see, Robinson's caught off between first and second. Mueller throws to first base, and Jack is out. Robbie took a big run off first base, and he was caught. So he's picked off. That's the way you'd call that one. The catcher to the first baseman. So ends matters in the last of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. End of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for Pittsburgh. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Brooklyn. Now let's go with a post scoreboard. It's a big day. Chicago is at Philadelphia, and at the end of 2 innings, the first-place Phillies, behind Kurt Simmons, are ahead 2-1 over Chicago and Bob Rush. Rush, by the way, has won 4, hasn't lost. Simmons has won 4 and lost 1. A doubleheader to Polo Grounds, made necessary for the same reason that this is a doubleheader here today. Rain last evening. So Cincinnati playing 2 over there. Blackwell is going in the first game. Kennedy started for New York, and Kozlov took over in the first inning, and let's see. Marty Irwin has just hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning to put the Giants ahead 3-0. St. Louis playing at Boston. Burkeen for the Cardinals and Spahn for the Braves, and no score at the end of the first inning. In the American League, our scores will be coming in later because of the difference in time. Boston is at Cleveland. That one is on Eastern Standard Daylight Time. Staub's pitching for Boston, Lemon for Cleveland, and no score at the end of half an inning. And that's all we have on that. There's no score here at Brooklyn. The friends talk about the winning score. It's always yours when you begin your day with any one of the famous Post, P-O-S-T, Post cereals. And say, have you tried our newest Post Sugar Crisp? You ought to get hep to that. Wally Westlake, first up in the 2nd inning for the Pirates. Right-hand hitter. Right-hander Dan Bankhead for Brooklyn pitches. Fastball over for a called strike. Brother Westlake is hitting right now at 280. 18 runs batted in. He and Kiner provide a very solid 1-2 punch on that Buccaneer club. Outfield around toward left. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Nothing in 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Throws. Over. Call strike 3. Sharply. So Bankhead has him looking. Want to remind all you folks around in Brooklyn again that you got plenty of time to come out for plenty of baseball. This is just the first out of the 2nd inning of the first of 2 games, and the lights will be turned on if necessary to see that both games are completely fulfilled. That's a new rule this year. Now rookie Dale Coogan is up, hitting at 143. 3 hits so far. Takes a letter ball high inside. Ball 1. This is a big, strong-looking kid. Was at Keokuk 2 years ago and was at New Orleans and Indianapolis last year. Manager Meyer feels that he still isn't ready, but it's good to have him up here for a while to get a look. Then he'll send him back to the minors. Then when he does come back to the majors, he will definitely be ready. That's how he feels about him. He's playing right now. Hop has a bad leg. Bankhead's throw, swung on and missed. 1-1. We're delighted that in addition to our usual broadcast in New York and our Saturday afternoon network broadcast in the United States, to have also with us the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. 21 pitch. Call 2nd strike. And all of the men and women in our armed forces all over the world, good greetings from Brooklyn, USA. If I may be permitted a little personal touch, especially to you fellows over there in the occupation zone in Germany, where I had the pleasure of a 10-day tour. There's a swing and a miss to the curveball, and it is strike 3. So Coogan strikes out on a curve, low inside under his hands. 2 men are gone here in the 2nd inning. No score. Danny Murtaugh getting in. A smart little second baseman hitting at 284. Plays hitters very well. Very brainy little ball player. Oh, it's a pleasant afternoon now. The sun has established itself. Throw. Fastball high inside. Ball 1. Field is in wonderful shape. Ballpark looking just as pretty as a brand new bug. Got a lot of baseball going today. Throw, swung on, grounded down, inside 3rd for a base hit. Cox dives, can't get it. Hermansky coming over to retrieve. Murtaugh around 1st, coming into 2nd base, and he's got an easy double. So she's a 2-bagger. Hit inside 3rd and down in the left field corner. 2 down, a double inside 3rd, and this is the 2nd hit for the Pirates, each for 2 sacks.
Pittsburgh.
Catcher Ray Mueller coming up with first base open and the pitcher to follow, so it's a cinch that Mueller will not get anything too good to hit at. At the end of 3 innings, first of a doubleheader, the Giants 3, Marty Irwin, recently recalled, hitting a home run with 2 on off Blackwell. Giants 3 and Cincinnati nothing. Catcher Mueller, 1 for 11 this year. There's his record over there at New York. The Giants stole into Pittsburgh. No score here at Brooklyn. Mueller, right-hand hitter. And a slow runner. Infield is back. Swings at a curve, doesn't get it. Curve on the outside, nothing in 1. Naturally, Bankhead would like to get him for the 3rd out, and so he'd have the pitcher as his first man up in the 3rd inning. However, first open and a man at 2nd and 2 down, the catcher will not get anything fat. That's for sure. Dan deals. Fastball is low outside, almost into the dirt. Mueller refused to chase it. Ball 1. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 out. A curve swung on, drilled out in the left field. Hermansky going back, and he can't get it. It's into the lower left field seats for a home run. Boy, he made that one too good, and Mueller really bratted it, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Pirates. For Mueller, that's his first home run of the year, and to his home will be sent a case of Post Sugar Crisp, and here he is touching home plate, and it is suddenly 2-0 Pittsburgh. That was an inside curve that Mueller fell away from and hit it like a line drive right out into lower section 30 in the left field stands. So I guess that one, if you ask Dan what happened, he'd say, well, that one got away from me. An inside curve. In other words, you don't do that. You pitch that curve outside, but that one got inside, and Mueller, boy, that was like money from home when you're broke. Well, here's pitcher Queen up there, and he feels a lot better about it now. Fastball high inside. Ball 1. Mueller banging the home run. 2-0. Favor the Buccaneers. That's the 24th home run for the Pirates this year. Dodgers have 23. That started even in that particular department for the ball game. Queen takes high for ball 2. Outfield back into right. As a matter, Queen is 0 for 6. 2-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. Fastball is slated over. 2-1. Right-hander deals. Curve swung on, hit down to short. Reese up with it. Fires over to first, and Queen is easily out. 2 runs on 2 hits. Now Pittsburgh out in front 2-0. Before we go along into the last of the 2nd inning and the Brooklyn counterattack, I want to ask you folks, do you like to pick and choose? Huh? Well, I expect you do when it's cereals that you're thinking about. Because you're sure to go for that big and choose package of Post 10s. Yes, sir. You know, in Post 10s, you get 7 delicious cereals in 10 individual servings. It's a wonderfully handy package for the whole family because everybody can then select his own favorite every morning. And whichever cereal you choose, well, you've certainly got a treat waiting for you. So get yourself a package of Post 10s the next time you go shopping, here. That's a swell way to get acquainted with those guaranteed fresh Post cereals. And after you've tried them, you'll know why. It's Post for flavor, Post for freshness, Post for the most of everything good in cereals. Well, let's jimmy along now into the last of the 2nd inning. Ferrello, Hodges, and Cox. Queen, Mel Queen pitching. And ahead now 2-0. Curve is high for ball 1 to Ferrello, who was up there at the plate, you'll recall, when Robinson strayed off first base and was thrown out to close matters in the 1st inning. Tall right-hander's pitch is a curve over for a strike. Pittler Jake Pitler. Sugarfooting along there at first base. He's the coach at that point. Milton Stark coaching at third. This is just the beginning of a real big baseball afternoon at Brooklyn. 1-1 pitch. Swung on. A ground ball down to short. Castellon scoops, throws, and follows out but 2 running strides. 6-3 if you're scoring, or short to first. Big Gil Hodges marching in.
Number 14, Gil Hodges.
The folks in New York got plenty of time to get over here to Brooklyn and see plenty of baseball. First of a doubleheader. Post serials sending everybody the broadcast of the first game. Now I got Gil Hodges hitting a .297. Outfield around toward left. Curve catches the outside just above the knees, for it goes off. Call strike. Mueller giving the sign. There's a high fastball that is swung on and fouled back close to the stands and onto them and out of play. Mueller came running back, gave it a look just to be sure he couldn't get it, and he couldn't. I guess Mueller feels better about things. He's catching his first game for the Pirates, second time he's been to the club. First at bat, kaboom. Well, he hit that one in there, too. Queen deals, and Hodges hits a high foul. This one's also back on the stands. Still 2 strikes. Hodges, big, strong, strapping fella. Queen, 6-foot right-hander, delivers a curve, swung on, foul back. Still 2 strikes. Gill swishing that wood. Throw. Call strike 3. Fastball. He fooled him. He'd be giving him curves. He caught him.
Batting in 7th position.
Tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, Cincinnati will be here at Brooklyn. And business manager Jack Collins has just told us there are 15,000 seats at all locations and all prices for tomorrow's game. For Monday night's game with Cincinnati, there are 11 seats. 11,000 seats. All prices. And then there's a night game Wednesday night with the Cubs coming to Brooklyn, 15,000 seats for that. Billy Cox steps up, takes a curved low, ball 1, last to the second. So for tomorrow's game with Cincinnati, 15,000 seats available. For Monday night's game with Cincinnati, 11,000. For Wednesday night's game with Chicago, 15,000 seats. Cox foul tips the pitch. 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cox, who came to the Brooklyn club from the Pittsburgh team. Cox hitting .261. Right-hand batter, takes an outside hook. Ball 2. 2-1. Two-1 pitch. Call strike 2. Good curveball on the outside. 2-2. There's a breeze that is blowing in from left field. Not too strong. 2-2 pitch. Curve outside, and it is 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mueller gives a sign. Pitch swung on, grounded slowly down toward short. Castellon charges, throws, and just in time, cocks it up. Nice play at short. Nothing across the Dodgers. And at the end of 2 innings, Post Serial sending it all to you from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. It is Pittsburgh 2 runs on the home run with Murtaugh aboard in the 2nd inning. The Dodgers nothing. Now let's pause 20 seconds for station identification.